Hello everyone, Chrisa is here, and today for the exercise of the week, we'll have a little bit more of a fitnessy mood. So if you want to put this exercise into your fitness routine, maybe as a warm up or as a cool down, that would definitely be a good match. But our intent is more to get tools in order to understand how we can use our energy to change from bigger steps to smaller steps and to be able to adjust our center of gravity, change directions more easily, and generally use our energy in a more efficient and powerful way. So, with no further ado, here we go. I'm sure you have worked before with lunges. I'm going to position myself on the diagonal here so you can see me a little bit better. And let's get started. I want us to start though, not from the lunge itself, but from the lift of the leg. And when you lift, you want to feel how you're going from 2 feet to a 1 foot balance. You're putting your weight over the standing leg. You find some flexion in your hips in order to lift the free leg. You engage your psoas, so it's not the quads and the other muscles of the leg working. And you create this initial reaction to what's happening. And the upper body responds by tilting slightly forward, and you have this wave that's traveling up your spine because your head also adjusts and your torso also adjusts. So you have this continuous wave that takes you from 2 feet to 1 to lunge and up, lunge and up. So the intent, though you're definitely going to feel the work, is not to go lunge and up like we usually do. So our intent here is to find how we transition from 2 feet to 1 foot to lunge, come up, to lunge. And you see this wave, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here. You see this wave here too. So you're not losing energy going down or coming up and down and up. Let's do one more going forward and then change feet. Find your stance again and find this. And maybe on this side, it's a little bit different. We always one side is a little bit more efficient than the other. And you'll start noticing that also our hips are not square. So one hip is lifting as it gets freed up. And there's also a little bit of a rotation. Good. And when you're ready, you go in, lunge, and up, and lunge, and up. And you also see that, notice that the other knee is also bending. And up, and lunge, and up. So this is a great exercise for us to warm up if you want to include it into your warm up, but mostly with the intent of understanding how these movements run through our whole body, through our spine. So these waves, I'm exaggerating again so you can see waves that run through the spine. Let's do 2 more here. 2 and 1. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to go to the side. So I'm going to change my direction so you can see me a little bit better. From a 2 foot stance, you find it. It's like find the lift and drop, and then drop, and then drop. And now we have another kind of wave also. We have a more side to side wave, side to side. And here you'll probably feel the back of the leg more, and you have a wave that's on the frontal plane. And up, drop. And doesn't matter how far out you take the leg, you can play with the different sizes of a lunge. And you can also play with bringing the leg up if you want. Up or all the way up. Let's do 3 more. You let the arms swing as well. Last one. Fantastic. Switch over. Let's go. Walk and lift. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. And you'll notice it feels much easier when you have all these different waves. It feels much easier, but that would mean that you could do more repetitions or smaller if you like. Just be very gentle and mindful that you're not going into shear like this, for example. So you're feeling that throughout this movement, the joint surfaces are matched and they're working together. Last one. Fantastic. And come in. I'm going to turn my way so you can go into back step. We're going to go and do our back lunge. And now you know the trick. You find your wave first. It's almost like you're dancing. When you find your wave, step back and back and back. And we have to be very conscious here, not to turn this into some sort of mechanical movement, but to go and keep looking for these waves. And here too, you can bring the knee up. If you want to play, you can even hop. Last one. And change over to the other side. We're almost there. Find first. And usually at the neck is where we keep most of our tension. Back when you're ready. And step back. So this can become, if you make it smaller, it can be really like, very much like tango. If you can make it bigger, it can be like capoeira. If you add jumps, it can be really like a fitness class. Okay, so I'm giving you different options here so you can play. Last two. Last one. Good, but we're not over just yet. Almost done. We're going to do the cross or curtsy lunge. And usually we're asked to keep our hips square, facing forward. But I'm going to ask you to let the hips open. And by doing that, you have a couple of things. You have a little bit of a twist. And we also have the pelvis going in one direction and the upper body going in a different direction. And you also have a little bit of a side bend, a side curve. So it's not square like so, but it's a little bit of a side curve. So you should feel that your whole spine, as it oscillates through, it creates a nice long, one continuous wave. And you can feel it from your head, through your neck, through the spine, through the, yes, of course, through the thoracic, through the lumbar, and out through your tail. So let's see. Maybe you're here. Maybe you keep it low. Different options for you to play. Or maybe you take it higher. Up, up. And notice how the arms are helping too. Oh, oops. Last two. Last one. Good. And change sides. I'm just going to change to this angle so you can see a couple of things as there. You can see a couple of things as I'm on a diagonal for you. So find first this relationship between the two legs. Take that first step back. Try to allow for things to be a little bit different. And notice that you don't need to hold or engage more muscle than what is necessary to perform this action. Notice also the flexion in the front hip, especially. Notice that the glutes and the hamstrings are engaged, that the body is tilted forward. There's a little bit of a side bend, along with the different rotations in the pelvis and in the trunk. Notice also that your neck is relaxed and is participating in this whole wave. And when you're ready, let's go. So this is somewhere in the middle. If you want to make it more like tango-y, right? Or a low impact if you're warming up. Or you can take it higher if you want to use this exercise in your fitness routine. Creating a double pendulum with the arms and one with the legs. That's 3, 2, 1.